Today I'm going to be discussing bleach. Everyone thinks, not everyone, a lot of people think that bleach is bad for your hair. I'm not saying it's great for your hair, but I am saying if used properly, it will create results that you want without causing too much damage, too much dryness, any breakage at all. So bleach is one of the tools that if you want to go lighter with your hair color, you're almost going to always have to use. There's no need to be scared of bleach. We use terms like hair lightener now, so we don't have to say bleach to our clients, but ultimately, anytime you're gonna take your hair lighter than 4 shades, or even 3 shades really, you're gonna need to bleach it. There's a couple different ways to make your hair lighter. One way is to use hair color. Hair color with anything like 20, 30, or 40 volume will lift your hair lighter, but you're not really gonna get past 4 shades with color. I know there's high lift blondes out there, and there's color out there that can lift you. They say 8 shades, or I don't even know what they have out anymore. I don't pay attention to it. But if you're a level 5, 6 and darker, and you want to be really blonde, you're not going to achieve the result that you want, or at least 99% of people won't achieve the result that they want with hair color. You're going to have to use a hair lightener or a bleach. So a couple things you want to be aware of when using bleach is the volume of developer. The basic level of developers that we use in the salon is 10 volume, 20 volume, 30 volume, and 40 volume. Anything 50, 60 and above really is hard to get, and I really wouldn't recommend it unless you're using some kind of clay lightener and you're balayaging the hair. Then you might need like a 50 volume just to kind of give you that little burst of a blonde that you're looking for. Now, what's the difference between 10 volume and 40 volume? A lot of people think in order to get blonde, you're gonna need 40 volume. You don't need 40 volume. You could use 10 volume. 10 volume and 40 volume will give you the same amount of lift out of a 9-level bleach. If you don't believe me, try it yourself. The only difference between a 10 volume and a 40 volume is the speed it takes to get there. So if you have someone with compromised hair and they wanna be really blonde, I would not use anything stronger than a 20 volume. I probably wouldn't use anything stronger than a 10 volume. I may even mix a 5 volume on that person. So if you have a client or you yourself have black hair and you want to be blonde, your best bet is to use a 10 volume and then reapply it again. So one thing a lot of stylists like to do is when they do a full head of highlights, they start with a 10 volume in the back, right? And then as they get to the top of the crown, they maybe go to like a 20 volume. And then when they get to the sides and the front, they use a 30 volume. Well, the problem with that is you may lift consistently throughout the service, but the issue is your 10 volume is gonna lift to a pretty blonde and have pretty much good integrity left in the hair. But the sides and the front, where you use that 30 volume, is gonna be a little damaged. Your cuticle layer is gonna be a little more lifted and your hair will be a little more compromised, a little drier. Your cortex will be chewed up a little bit. Here's a picture of what it looks like when you overprocess the hair. As you can see, the cortex, the inside structure of the hair is looking a little damaged, a little broken. The cuticle layer of the hair is pretty much blown off the hair strand completely. And this particular hair is very, very weak. So if you're combing your hair out and it's wet and you're using a brush, you could cause a lot of breakage. If you're pulling your hair back in any kind of hair tie, you're gonna probably also break your hair in some areas as well. So a lot of you ladies out there who are blonde and you have like these little hairs that never grow around your hairline, like over here, and like you always have these bangs and these short pieces that are around your face, and you keep pulling your hair back, that's a result of pulling your hair back. A, when it's wet, which you should never do. B, pulling it back all the time. C, it might be when you put your sunglasses on your head and you kind of keep your hair out of your face. That also can cause breakage. So you have to be very careful when you have blonde hair. There's a lot of things that you have to change about your hair habits, okay? So I just wanted to let everyone know that if you're using bleach, you don't have to be scared if it's used properly. So just keep in mind, if you're gonna use a higher volume developer with bleach, you're gonna be compromising the hair. It does not mean you're gonna get blonder. It just means it lifts faster. So if you use 10 volume, you're gonna get the same amount of blondness, the same amount of lift as you would with a 30 or 40. It's just gonna take you a little more time. And if you've got like layers and layers of box dye on the hair, you can go back in and reapply with 10 volume or even 5 volume just to keep that hair moist with the bleach and so it's not drying out. But What's gonna happen if you leave that 30 or 40 on and you reapply again, you're gonna completely destroy the structure of the hair and it's gonna cause breakage. So this video is more or less pertaining to either a double process where you're bleaching from roots to ends, or you're doing foil highlights. If you're balayaging the hair, you're gonna need to use a stronger level of developer, like a 30 or a 40, just because the 10, even though it will lift you the same amount of blonde, will more than likely dry out and wear off before it has a chance to lift you really light. If you're already super blonde, then you could probably get away with a 10. But if you're, you're dark, which I don't even recommend, if you're anything darker than like a 4 or a 5, to balayage your hair. I think you really have to do teasy lights or some other method, because you're gonna get stuck in that level 8 orangey golden level of the hair. So if you are balayaging the hair, you can use a 30 or a 40 because you are doing a different technique where you kind of need that extra speed so you can get the level of lift that you really need. So any questions or comments about bleach, leave them in the comment box below. And I hope that answered a few questions you had about bleach and the dangers of using it. And I do advise anyone who's watching this video or our channel that you don't bleach your hair at home. It's a pretty tricky process and it could cause a lot of damage to your hair, to your scalp. So leave that for the professionals. I wouldn't advise you to perform a knee surgery on yourself, so don't bleach your hair at home. It's not obviously as drastic as knee surgery, but it could have pretty horrific results on your hair. So leave it up to the professionals. All right, guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, make sure you click that thumbs up, click subscribe to our channel. If you didn't like the video, leave a comment and tell me why. All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye.